Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And here we have a great article from the Motley Fool. I will leave it in the description down below so you guys could check it out. T-Mobile just had a great fourth quarter. Here's what's next. So here are some of the key points listed. T-Mobile added more wireless subscribers than expected, and home internet subscribers remain strong. Its network advantage and home internet business should continue to shine in 2023. That should result in superior customer retention and subscriber growth for the year, talking about 2023. So there are some additional points in this article that I wanted to go over and kind of give you guys my take and my opinion on it. So everything right now is firing on all cylinders at T-Mobile. I was just made aware this morning that nearly all T-Mobile reps are going to get a cash bonus, higher option stock, and then there's more PTO there as well to be carried over. So I was made aware of that this morning. So everything is firing on all cylinders for T-Mobile, and they're carrying that momentum into 2023, which is here now. We are officially in the first quarter of 2023. So a point that's made by the Motley Fool is building network leadership. So that one remains to be seen. You guys know my stance. I still think Verizon will come out ahead. But, if T-Mobile does end up building network leadership, then so be it, right? If we start seeing RootMetrics, JD Power, all the third parties shifting to T-Mobile, then there's really nothing else to argue about when it comes to, the third party testing. I still think right now RootMetrics still is going to give Verizon number one. JD Power is going to give Verizon number one on the network. And I think eventually Ookla, OpenSignal, and all the other ones will start showing Verizon being the best network. That is just an opinion of mine right now, except RootMetrics. We have seen the factual report that they still choose Verizon number one. But the rest, we'll have to see how that progresses throughout this year. But it would be good to see T-Mobile building that network leadership. Do they have it on 5G? Yes, you can say that. That is a fact. But as 5G eventually becomes the overall network, T-Mobile is looking to build overall network leadership. And I don't think you can claim that if you have the smaller network. And they do, right? Natively, they have the smaller network. I do get reports monthly now that T-Mobile is filling in roaming in even more parts of the country where they have no native coverage until they can fill that in. So that's happening too every quarter. So it's not the same performance as a native network, but there's hardly going to be anywhere that you go in this country where T-Mobile doesn't at least have some type of roaming with another regional carrier, or in this case, sometimes it's AT&T with a national carrier. And then of course Starlink for the areas that no wireless network covers. So that's going to start happening. And some of you may have already seen this. You may have gone to an area where T-Mobile does not have any coverage natively, and then you see, AT&T popped up, boom. And you still have coverage that allows you to at least make calls, send basic text, maybe picture messaging here and there. And maybe, depending, will allow you to stream music here and there. I've experienced it. I went on stretches of I-10 going towards San Antonio, and T-Mobile lacked some native coverage, and AT&T filled that in. If you guys seen that video that I made about that, and technically I still had coverage. It was roaming, but I had coverage. I gotta give them credit. I had coverage. So I was still able to call, text, and even stream music in some cases. So that's the first point that they make, which they think is going to lead to retention and higher subscriber gains. And then, expanding home internet coverage, right? That's going to come by default naturally as they expand the network and as they add more mid-band on it. So I see that as a complete total success for T-Mobile. I don't see that slowing down. 500,000 a quarter will get them to the 7 to 8 million that they're guiding by 2025. So that'll be good to see them expanding that and potentially peaking even more in the growth. And then further improvements on churn, right? The network, I think, is going to give them further improvement on churn. And then the other factors that play into that, T-Mobile is becoming a customer-centric focused company. So they want to make sure that their customers are treated the best, and they make moves and they try to retain the customer in any way, shape, or form that they can, right? And that starts with the network, but then it has to trickle down to customer service. How is the network performing? That has to constantly be checked, right? On the home internet side, can we do improvements there to keep churn low? Can we bring in a more premium CPE unit? I am hearing this, and I'm getting some very strong feedback that we will see a new home internet router or gateway that is more premium. That's what I'm hearing, and it's set to release in the first quarter, I'm told. I don't know the name yet. I don't know the model number, but that's what I'm hearing. And I think that would be good, right? Higher antenna gain, maybe even a receiver. Who knows? We'll see when it comes out, but that's what I'm hearing. And then I think that was the last one that they cover, improving the churn, which their churn, if you compare it to the amounts of people that they're growing by, that churn is relatively low. That means people are staying at T-Mobile. And that means it's going to be harder for AT&T and Verizon to get those customers or get those customers back. So that's going to be very interesting to see how this progresses. They have the momentum. So keep that in mind as you're reading these articles. T-Mobile just has the momentum across the board, marketing, in the media, and on the growth, the stock, and everything. So make sure you guys stay tuned to the channel for more. Like, share, subscribe, follow my social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Live. See you in the next one. Peace.